Welcome guys back to another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily, that show that keeps you up to date with all players that may linked with the summer transfer moves to Arsenal and away from Arsenal. And today we have breaking news on a player that Arsenal reportedly willing to bid on, and that is Alexander Zinchenko from Manchester City. Now, the Athletic have broken this report over the last day or so, that Arsenal are working on a deal to sign Alexander Zinchenko after their failures to sign Lisandro Martinez. Now, it remains to be seen whether he will be a solely left back, or will he be used as a midfielder? Because as we know, he can be used as a left back, a centre mid, and a number 10, because he that's the position he plays for Ukraine, which is midfield. Because they also have Mikalenko, who plays for Everton, who also plays left back. So Zinchenko plays in midfield for Ukraine, and it's said that Arteta would be willing to give him a chance in midfield, but his versatility does mean that if we need him to cover at left back, he could do that as well, because obviously at Manchester City he does play at left back, and I think it's a very good move. But let's have a quick look at what the Athletic had to say. Arsenal are working on a deal to sign Alexander Zinchenko from Manchester City. Having already recruited Gabriel Jesus from the Premier League champions this summer, the North London side are also aiming to bring his former teammate to the Emirates Stadium. The clubs are in contact over a potential transfer, and it's believed that City are open to sanctioning the 25-year-old sale if their valuation is met. This has not happened so far, but talks continue, with Arsenal thought to be prioritising Zinchenko after missing out on Ajax's Lisandro Martinez. If an agreement can be reached with the City on a fee and the Ukraine international over personal terms, Arsenal would be acquiring a player with whom Mikel Arteta has been keen to reunite. They worked together when Arteta was assistant to City boss Pep Guardiola at Etihad Stadium and are known to maintain a strong relationship. Zinchenko arrived from Russia side FC Ufa in 2016 and has 2 years left on his contract. Although he tends to operate in midfield for his country, Zinchenko has mainly been used as a left back. While that is a specific area of the pitch where Arsenal have been looking to strengthen, his versatility is certain to appeal. He has enjoyed huge success at City, winning the English top flight 4 times and likewise the League Cup. He has lifted 1 FA Cup and played in the 2021 Champions League final. City are now in the market for a new left back, with Brighton Hove Albion's Marco Correa thought to be leading the chase. Now, this isn't the only name Arsenal are looking at for left back. Fabrizio Romano also put out that Arsenal are looking at, there was a name here that I wanted to tell you guys about, if I can find it. But if I'll tell you when I can find it. But look, Alexander Zinchenko is a player that I'll definitely take. I think his versatility is very useful for Arsenal, especially because of Tierney's injury issues, and the fact that we could get him for a decent enough fee. Like, I don't think he'll be that expensive, and for the sort of price that we were looking to get Lisandro Martinez for, I certainly think that this will be more of a bargain for us, especially if it's close to £30 million, which is a suggested bid. Talks are continuing, and it seems like Arsenal could be looking to sign him. Another option for Arsenal is Anderlecht Sergio Gomez. Not heard anything about him, but he's another option on the table, as per Fabrizio Romano. Again, I'd probably go for Zinchenko, again, Premier League proven, all that sort of thing. I think that would work better for us. But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you guys sign Zinchenko? The next player I want to talk about would be quite familiar to you guys on the channel. If you guys remember, when I first started doing this series 2 years ago, this player right here was center of attention, and that is Houssem Aouar, who never ended up joining Arsenal. And now reports are suggesting that he's very close, Fabrizio Romano put out there, to join Real Betis. Now, Real Betis haven't exactly got much money, to be honest. They've got a few financial issues in themselves. They're refusing to sign Hector Bellerin on a permanent deal, and there's a bit of a discrepancy between a permanent transfer. Now, they also want Dani Ceballos from Real Madrid, and Real Madrid don't want to sell. Other players, they've been quite stingy in this window. And the fact they could be signing Houssem Aouar and we're missing out could be a big blow on our back, since we were really heavily trying to sign him. Now, Fabrizio Romano did put out there 2 years ago that, and still says it, that Arsenal are in love with the player. They really like Houssem Aouar. Now, the fact that he is only available for 13 million and can play number 8, for me, I think we should sign him. Yes, we do have players like Fabio Vieira, Martin Odegaard, but I think he's a bit different to that. I think he can operate a bit deeper. He can do what Lucas Paqueta can do and more. And we're only paying 10 to 13 million. Now, I know he's not had the best of seasons. I know this. But he has a potential in him, and I feel like maybe his failed move, whatever it was, it can be reignited. And if he's been scouted well enough, if the manager doesn't know him well enough, then I think there is something there to be had. And I think Arsenal should definitely look to at least hijack this move or attempt to try and put in a bid for Houssem Aouar, because he will not cost a lot. But leave your thoughts. Would you guys look to bring in Houssem Aouar after the failures that we had with him 2 years ago? But I think it's a no brainer for me because it's 10 to 13 million. He's a player that I know doesn't know the league, will take time to adapt. I know this, but he can play next to Thomas Partey. He can play in that number 8 role. He has done that, and he can play that position, a position that Lucas Paqueta himself cannot play. Paqueta is more of a number 10, similar to Martin Odegaard and Fabio Vieira, and would cost upwards of £60 million. However, Houssem Aouar isn't going to cost that. I believe he only has a year left on his deal, maybe two. But look, why shouldn't we sign him? It's cheap, and I don't think we could go much wrong in that. So that's Houssem Aouar. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you guys sign Houssem Aouar or not? So the next bit of news is surrounding Gabriel Magalhaes. Now it seems like Juventus are holding a strong interest in the Arsenal Brazilian defender. Now it is suggested that Juventus are offering to give Arsenal players in exchange for Gabriel and 25 million. These players include the likes of Bernardeschi and Arthur Melo, who Arsenal were interested in January. Apart from this, Juventus are also offering to pay Arsenal £40 million for Gabriel Magalhaes, which in my opinion is quite low, considering the fact that they are selling Matthias de Ligt to Bayern Munich, it seems like, or Chelsea, for about 60 to 70 million euros. So it seems like they should have money to put more of a bid in for Gabriel, and I don't think we should be selling him for that cheap. We did sign him for around 30 odd million pounds, I think 20 to 30 million. So I think in the region of 50 to 60 would be a better bid. I think I'd probably sell him for about 70, 80 in this market would probably be better for someone who is a Premier League proven defender. He has done very well for Arsenal overall. He's done all right, and he's still quite young, Brazilian as well. So I think that does increase his market value. He's a pretty good defender for Arsenal. However, I don't think we should sell him in this window for the simple fact that we'd have to then sign another top quality left-sided centre back, and I think our priorities have to be elsewhere in this window, i.e. a winger, i.e. a centre mid, someone to partner Thomas Partey, and a left back, maybe a right back. So I think to avoid having to spend more on a left-sided centre back and prioritize our other positions, it's better if we just keep him this season, and then if he gets even better, then maybe we can consider a bid from a better club next year or give him a new contract, whatever. But in my opinion, I don't think we should be letting go of Gabriel. He's a huge asset for us moving forward, and I think if Juventus really do want him, 40 million, it's a very cheap price, and they look quite interested. I think he is a top priority for them if they do lose Matthias de Ligt, and they've obviously lost Giorgio Chiellini, so they will need someone. And I think he will be a very good option for Juventus, but I wouldn't sell him personally. But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Is there another centre back on the market that would work for us if we were to sell him? Leave it down below. The next bit of news is on Nicolas Pepe, as it seems like there is finally interest for the one-to-way Arsenal winger, who Mikel Arteta looks to get rid of in this summer transfer window, as he looks to sign another winger to support Bukayo Saka and challenge him for that right wing spot. Now, Sevilla seem to be the most interested out of 4 clubs that are interested in signing Nicolas Pepe. That includes Sevilla, Lyon, Leeds United and Marseille. Leeds United are mainly interested because they're losing Rafinha to Barcelona, and Sevilla, Lyon, and as I said, Marseille are all interested in the player. Now, in terms of how much a potential deal would cost to get rid of him, I think the likelihood is it would be a loan plus option to buy. I'm not sure a lot of teams at the moment, especially like Marseille, who have financial issues themselves, probably Sevilla as well, I'm not too sure, would pay his wages, which were exceeding £100,000 a week for a player that hasn't really been performing, hasn't really played much for Arsenal. So he'd probably have to drop his wages and Arsenal would have to pay some of it, blah, blah, blah. But I think a permanent deal would be close in the region of £20 million if a club was to sign him permanently, but you'd have to take a wage reduction as well. I'm someone who's a big fan of Nicolas Pepe's, but it just hasn't worked out. for faults of his own, for faults not of his own, mainly for faults out of his own, to be honest. Managers just haven't wanted him, like Emery. He wanted Zaha, Arteta. He preferred Saka. He just not had enough game time. I think all those things combined, Pepe it's just not to be for Nicolas Pepe. And I think he's a quality player with so much potential that could have been unlocked at Arsenal, which is why we paid the £72 million. But it's not worked out. Just have to accept it. And let's hope you can get a suitable offer for him and offload him so we can move on finally from Nicolas Pepe. But look, he's a good player, and hopefully at another club we can do better. But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.